Hey friends, I put a little poll out there and most of you guys wanted to see some flowers in the making. So I thought I would do a quick, I actually have a busy day today, but I have some leftover flowers from Valentine's Day. So I thought perfect opportunity to just throw together something quick. So I'm gonna do like a bouquet in like 5 minutes or less. So this is the down and dirty version. So many different ways to put together a bouquet, just different techniques. So, and I've kind of switched throughout the years, or it depends on what I'm doing, how I'll approach it. But this one is just for fun. If you're following along, I do strangers with flowers. So this is typically something that I'll do with leftovers, is just throw together a bouquet real quick and then take it around and take photos of people holding it, strangers. So just a good way to connect and cheer somebody up, share some love. But, so I've already kind of laid out some materials just so that it's already prepared to save for time. Typically what I would do is, you know, you kind of follow a recipe to order. So a loose one though, I never like stick to it. It's just more organic for me. But yeah, I've kind of put everything out here that I'm gonna pop in so that it's ready, and we'll see what happens. This one, I'm gonna start with this dianthus, which is so pretty. It already works sort of as an armature, which just means like I'll be able to stick things into it and it'll help hold everything into place. So we'll see. I typically start with like fuller flowers. This is stock, it smells amazing. But this one, I just kind of start and feel it out. And I'm working this way just so you can sort of see. I sometimes will go all the way around so that it can be viewed from all angles, depending on, like, especially if clients are going to repurpose during like their reception, pop that bouquet into a vase and use it. Otherwise, I prefer to use like a flatter back so that they can lay flush against their body more easily. And then also for photos and stuff, it's pretty cool to be able to just lay it down on a surface and not ruin the flowers. And I always like, just like the pretty flowers, I try to give something like a focal point in the front, so that when it's being carried, like that's kind of what you see visually. With my favorites, usually the money shot right there. And I typically work in 3s or 5s, and I don't know what that is. I actually need to look that up. This one I'm doing 4 because that's all that I have of these pretties, but we'll make it work. And I like to kind of give everything their time to shine. So putting it on different planes. These guys are pretty Lysianthus. They're fun because they're super hardy, pretty and like feminine. But then they've also got, I like that it's a different tone. Like I don't like to use sort of all roses. I just like different textures. So Lysianthus are super pretty and just girly, but then they've also got these little wild child vibes that kind of stick off, and I don't know, I think that adds to the more sort of garden style, organic vibe. Sometimes I'll work just looking at it like this, or oftentimes I work with a mirror too, so I can sort of see what I'm doing from the front. Let me tuck those in. I like when you can kind of give it some depth too by tucking in. If I want this one to look more peachy, I'll use the white and just kind of, or a different shade, and kind of tuck those in further so that they're not the focal. It's definitely still more peach, but it almost makes the peach pop out even more. Oh my gosh, I'm already at 5 minutes. Okay, stop talking. carnations. These are one of my favorites, actually. I know carns have had a bad rap, but I think they're totally making a comeback, especially in this shade. It's such a good neutral, lasts forever. And then I always like to kind of, sometimes I take the greens off, sometimes I use them just depending on the vibe. I like to kind of have something sticking out because that's how they kind of tend to grow in nature. And then I've got these beautiful, these might be one, between these and sweet peas, I think, are my current faves. They just give it those, the little dancing movement is always good, I think. Yeah, and you can see I just kind of have to feel it out, like where it naturally wants to go, and then what I think looks good for the overall style that I'm trying to capture. And then as I'm going, I keep my hands loose too, so that I can kind of play with the depth and dimension of everything. See, she's dancing. And actually, this is where I would love to just pop in. These are anemones. Kind of just a different take on like a neutral bouquet. Pop in that edge a little bit. Just kind of weave some of these guys in here. You gotta be careful with their stems, and that's just another thing to consider. I sometimes might not pop these in until the end, you know, closer. Sometimes I would tie off the bouquet and then just keep it that way, and then put these guys in like right before the event. All right, I told you it was going to be peach, but now I'm feeling the purple vibes. Hopefully you can see. I just kind of like to think about color along with the movement, but also sort of how your eye visually goes around. And then I always kind of finish off with some greenery. And I really love this agonus, depending on where you're from and how you want to say it. Tie it off, and there you go. Pretty. Let me know what you think. Quick one. Okay, under 10 minutes. Maybe that'll be my new jam. Bouquet in less than 10 minutes. And obviously I would spend a lot more time. But that's a quick down and dirty version. Hope you liked it.